And I think that even some people might be waiting from what I could tell. I'm not sure. So I hope that folks are seeing and joining in. I see actually a couple from locals already. I'm going to bet one of those is SJV.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on in, everybody. We're about to start the show. We, as always, had last minute difficulties that we can't blame on Rumble Studio today. I mean, not yet. We'll give it a moment. And it's interesting because like all the streams have started. So from what I can tell, I like that.
Okay. Let's see. Got X loaded up.
Seconds here for people to come in. I think we've got 4 have joined so far. Anyway,
I see us on normal Rumble. Let's see here. Is X working? X is not working yet, but
really, piece of shit. So I used to know a guy, and anybody that he didn't like was automatically nicknamed Numb Nuts. So you didn't want to be on the Numb Nuts list.
Yeah. Hey, I see SJV did just subscribe.
He's in the comments. Oh, no way. Hey, very cool. Thank you, SJV.
Very cool.
Yeah. Hey, look for the Scott emote icon if you would, SJV. Roll, hit that thing like there's no tomorrow if you want. Oh, hey, yeah, there it is. All right. Well, I think that we pretty much have the makings to start a show if we wanted to do that sort of thing. What do you think?
Let's do it. And good evening, SJV. Yes.
All right.
Very cool to subscribe. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
I was thinking, I think I did part 2 last week of the intro. Do you want me to do part 1 this week?
Whichever part you want.
All right. I'll do the part 1.
Okay. I need to reset the show. And if that being the case, we'll go ahead and hit this button. Actually, reset that show. Gotta wait a second. There are buttons here within this podcast tool that I have created to help track our time in the show. So I just wanted to make sure I hit the actual button that says start. And now we're going to go hit that countdown. Turn that marquee off too. Okay, seems like it stopped. Did it not?
Yep, it got to about 20 and then reset. I see it now.
Okay. Trust us, folks. We're getting our shit together here.
Every week. Government IT workers by day, persuasion enthusiasts, and verbal cage fighters the rest of the time.
If you'd like to take your persuasion game to godlike levels, grab yourself your favorite stimulant and prepare yourself for the persuasion hit of the day. It's the Persuasion Club podcast, and it starts now. And welcome. It's episode 23. And Steve, you're still here. Where's that kid of
Yes.
yours?
Oh man, she's a stubborn one already. So,
Isn't
she's going to
she?
make us wait till the last minute.
Mhm. I have bets that that kid's gonna start showing signs of wanting to come be the podcast because it's the show and she wants to watch the show, man.
Yeah. Yeah. She can't be a part of it if she's not in the world yet.
Yeah.
Come on.
Um, for those that don't know, but I mean, I think it should be obvious from what we've said here that Stephen has his first born on the way and is due any second now. It could happen during the show. We just don't know.
Yeah, that would be crazy, but also kind of cool to have that on record. It's like, oh, I gotta run. Oh no.
Wouldn't it? That would be
Yeah,
pretty
that'd
cool.
be that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
uh,
on this, well, go ahead.
happy Father's Day, Kevin. I
Oh,
don't want to stop you from your intro, but happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephen. Yeah, I am a father. It's happened quite some time ago now. We'll definitely, yeah. Thank you for that. For that, I appreciate that very much. And in fact, I think it's a really good segue into some of the business that we've got to cover tonight. So, how about we get right down to it?
Let's get to
And
it.
okay, got to switch to the other view here. Business. Welcome, welcome. For those just joining here, well, this is one of the things that we do as we get started in the show is we take care of a few little bits of business. And we'll start off with the easy ones. If you would, people, please check us out on all of these platforms. It does us a lot of good if you do. See, we're on Spotify, we're on Locals, we're working to build that Locals channel up. So, yeah, definitely, if you wouldn't mind, go check those out. And well, let's see, what else do we have? We have. Okay, well, we did mention the Rumble emote icons, right? Did we see that a couple of the folks in the channel are using those? So
Yeah.
just make sure you hit that and give us a Scott while you're in there. And let's see, that's supposed to show you what that looks like, but it's a little small, so you may not be able to see that. But that's what it looks like in the Rumble chat. So, all right, and then we also have. It's the Persuader of the Week. Look at that beautiful cat.
Beautiful.
Now, the submission actually says anonymous, so I'm not sure that we're actually supposed to say whose cat this is. But yeah, so we won't do that. But Sabine, is that how you say the name, Stephen? We were talking about this before
Yeah.
the show. I didn't want to butcher
I
that.
read that Sabine. Yeah.
Sabine. Okay, very, very cool cat. Yeah, congratulations to Sabine for being our first non-co-host cat of the week. So let's make sure we tell
Amazing.
people how to submit your persuaders, though. Persuasion.club/per. Couldn't be any easier.
That rhymed, and that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, right. So please submit your cat. That helps us not have to put honey badgers up for prizes. So,
Hey,
um,
we've got a bookish girl in the chat that said, "That's my baby. You can say it."
okay, so Bookish, that's Bookish's baby. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's awesome. Thanks for joining in. Give us a Scott while you're in there, would you? Let's look for that Scott emote icon if you want. And then she
And
says,
happy Father's Day.
"Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day." Okay. Now let me oh, there's Scott emote icon. I wanted to go ahead and kind of acknowledge that this whole Father's Day thing for us, It's the moms that do all the work, right? Let's
finding money in your house. Where you get that $50 from? I discovered it in your kitchen.
That was some good stuff. I had never heard of
It's
this
good.
comedian before, but that just cracked me up. I thought I got to share that on the show. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard his comedy either, but yeah, Ollie Sadiq.
Sadiq, I
Is that what his
believe.
name
Yeah.
is?
So we'll post that in the show description too when we update this later after the show, so people can check that out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Going back to this view here, I'm going to also play. Actually, I think I played most of the videos that I have to play. I did want to show you guys, since Steven, you've got your first coming here. This here, um, this is me.
Aw,
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
nice.
And I think that was 2 days after our daughter was born. So that's our firstborn.
Wow.
Okay. First of all, the one thing you'll notice is proof. I had hair.
I see a lot of it. There's a lot of
Yeah, right?
hair on
I
both of
had
you.
hair.
Yeah.
I miss my hair. Second thing is, do you see that tired dad? Do you see that guy that looks like he hasn't had any sleep? Do you see
Yeah.
that baby that looks like she wants to scream at the dad?
Yeah.
This could be you.
Hey, I am so ready to lose sleep. I'm excited to do just that and hold her and have her
Yeah.
here in the world and on her crazy adventure, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what's really cool about that is that this is what you get um, here a little
Oh,
later.
that's awesome.
So all worth it, all worth it. So,
That's
and you're going
great.
to be a great dad, Steven. So I know you
Thank
will
you.
be.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
very kind of you.
Yeah. Well, our show wouldn't be a show, especially doing Win Bigly, if we didn't talk about one of the coolest dads ever. And that would be, of course, Mr. Scott Adams. Everybody knew that he was the best internet dad ever. So I have a little video I made. And I want to tell you, I conceived of the idea in my sleep last night, started working on it this morning. And it's not the video that I would have made completely at the outset of things, but it was the video I was able to make for today. And I think you'll like it anyway. It's a little long. Give us a chance to kind of take a few moments here before we get into the book. Is that all right with you, Stephen?
That sounds good. And before we take a break where we're not talking, thank you, Bookish Girl. Uh, she said very excited for you. So
Oh yeah,
thank you very much. Thank you.
that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. And so now let's watch this video here.
Yeah.
If tomorrow all the experts said the science has evolved, and the things they said were settled turned out not to be resolved, I'd pour another coffee and enjoy the latest spin, 'cause the future's always obvious after everybody's been. And I'm proud to be American, where everybody's in a film, the same screen and the same actors, but a different plot for them. 25% disagree, no matter what they see, and there ain't no place I'd rather be than this giant reality. Every morning there's a headline saying coffee's good for me, and by Tuesday there's another one explaining why it shouldn't be. The studies come, the studies go, the certainty survives, and somehow every contradiction
That's when
gets
Trump spoke
reported
about
as
Scott.
a prize.
Oh.
The red team and the blue team watch the very same event. One sees freedom on the march, the other sees the end. The heroes and the villains swap depending on the frame, but everybody leaves convinced the other side's insane. The experts made predictions, the confidence was strong. The charts were all unanimous, the forecast ran for long. Wait until they find out about climate models. We've mapped the human genome, we've put rockets into space, but Rumble Studio still reminds us humility has its place. We built machines that talk to us and answer every whim, yet 15 minutes before showtime, we're rebooting streams again. And I'm proud to be American, where everybody's in a film, the same screen and the same actors, but a different plot for them. 25% disagree, no matter what they see, and there ain't no place I'd rather be than this giant reality. So raise your mug at 7 sharp. You know exactly why. And thousands of us moist robots take a simultaneous sip. Some are building talent stacks, some are chasing gold, and one group knows the secret is systems over goals. The smartest people in the world are wrong most every day, and somehow that's the reason that we keep finding a way. The optimists keep building things, the persuaders shape the frame, and the people who can reframe loss rarely stay the same. And I'm proud to be American, where everybody thinks they're right, and we battle in the comments until 2 o'clock at night. I'll gladly stand up next to you, though your movie's not like mine, 'cause there ain't no place I'd rather be. At this point in space and time, we're moist robots in a simulation, arguing online all day, but somehow through the noise and chaos, things keep mostly working anyway. God bless the talent stack, God bless the persuasion game, God bless the folks who change their minds and aren't embarrassed by the change. God bless the simultaneous sip, God bless the coffee line, and God bless this strange experiment at this point in space and time. All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard, chalice or stein, a canteen, jug or flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I like coffee. Join me now for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better.
Yeah, you have me crying too, and I'm the one that made the video, SJV, as JV says in the comments. Hey, would you join us for a simultaneous sip? I know that belongs to the Scott Adams School, but we'll break habit here and do a simultaneous. Join us now. So
I got my mug in the dishwasher. I meant to grab it. I got it.
No.
I got it.
All righty. Well, we'll give you a pass tonight. But well, no, that believe it or not, there's going to be a little bit of a tie-in from that as we get into the book discussion. So let's go ahead and flip over to that right now. And then I have to flip over here again and remind people which book we're talking about tonight. And it's Win Bigly.
The angels sing.
Yes. In case you didn't know, Win Bigly, Scott Adams, and we're diving into part 2 of part 3 tonight. Are you ready, Stephen?
Yes, yes, very ready. I know
All right.
last week we had a great break from between part 1 and 2, having Jeff Callahan on the show. That was an awesome treat, and last week was really nice. So I'm ready to get back
I'm
to
glad
it.
you Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Jeff. I wanted to throw something up here real quick just because you mentioned that. I feel like I now have a segue to do so. So, this was pretty much like the one big takeaway from the show. I think that we did with Jeff, right?
Yeah.
So there is no confidence without competence. So the recommendation when it comes to building confidence is to not think about confidence, start getting competent at things first. So I had all 20 of your things lined up there and ready to go in case you needed them there, Jeff. But well, we only got to I think we kind of covered all of them, but this was like the main big one. So okay, so Win Bigly, let's go ahead and I'm grabbing my notes here as we speak. And where do we want to start tonight?
Yeah. I didn't go back and look at where we ended part 1 of
Yeah,
part
I didn't
3.
either. I think we were
Uh,
talking about persuasion stack.
yeah, I think
Mhm.
that we had kind of touched on a few things and we jumped around. Uh, but one of the big things was the talent stack, and then there were several persuasion tips that came out of this part 3, uh, and I think had said, "Oh, we'll save those for next time too."
Okay.
So persuasion tips, talent stack, and then the rest of the part 3. So
Okay.
there's a lot of good stuff.
So I put in my notes that this section is about the idea that persuasion often happens before the argument begins. Does that kind of line up maybe with what you're thinking tonight's looking like?
That sounds good to me. I don't
Okay.
have that exact quote. I'm trying to look through my notes.
Mhm. Well,
I
that's
don't
not
have that
an
exact
exact
quote.
quote at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No, no, but that's actually what I have down here. So, yeah, and then I don't want to take away any uh, win that you might have. If you have any things that you want to start off with, I'm happy to let you start.
Uh, yeah. Well, hey, no pressure, right?
None at all. I could try to keep it going, but man, I don't want to be the only one that
well,
speaks.
the talent stack, to like back up to like what that is, the way that I had taken the notes is it's a collection of skills that work well together and they make that person unique and valuable. And they don't have to be spectacular skills, they can be ordinary talents, but together they create extraordinary value. So that is a talent stack. And then he kind of dove into Trump's depth of talent stack, and he listed out a bunch, and he started with reputation. I don't know if you want to go one at a time through what
Sure.
Trump's has,
Yeah.
uh,
Let's do it.
but he mentioned said Trump understands the value of publicity. Not necessarily he's not necessarily the best, but he's very good at it. And I think the first part of the talent stack was reputation, and said that he's known for getting things done, and he has branding. And uh there was a slight so there was a slight disagreement I had with that statement, but not enough to be like, well, that's not 100% true. but I do think that there is like there's maybe no point in diving into like why there would be any sort of disagreement. But he,
I
but
I I don't know about disagreement, but if it goes anywhere with what I'm thinking is the reputationally speaking, we can just be honest that Trump doesn't have the best reputation for some people. Um,
yeah,
but
yeah, and I think he has a
yet
good reputation.
somehow,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, please continue. Yeah.
No, you were saying somehow.
Well, somehow though he still has a reputation that survives. Like it doesn't prevent him from getting elected, obviously. So somehow there are other things that he brings that supersede and overcome some of maybe those if some would consider those deficiencies. So political. So,
Yeah. It's hard to have a good reputation with everybody. There is
mhm,
You have to kind of play to your base or whatever you want to call it. And and we know how that went for him. He played to his base and it worked out really incredibly well. And so uh politics, not that we dive into that too deeply here on the show, but they do tend
mhm,
to cause a divide. So people take sides, and especially in the last, I don't know, 16 years or so, it's gotten more and more of a divide where if you
mhm,
even claim to be on one side, the other side just straight up hates you. And that can come across in many ways, and it's not always true. Of course, there's always people that go, I don't care what side you're on, I choose sides for policies, things like that.
mhm,
But there's what you see in the news and like out there in public is a lot of hate for either side. And so your reputation isn't always going to be rock solid with everybody, especially when you're heavily involved in politics. You're basically digging your heels into one side, and the other side's going to have try to either tarnish your reputation, or they're going to try to tarnish your reputation because they're either mad that you won and they didn't, or whatever. So they're just
mhm,
never going to agree with. So that reputation's tough, and but he had a strong enough reputation. He had been in like Home Alone movies. He had
mhm,
Trump steaks and like the branding part of it. He had a
yeah,
book.
mhm.
So yeah, he had a lot going for him in the brand side and the reputation side because
Oh,
he's
sure.
involved in a lot.
Not to mention the television show, the reality show. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
The
that was a
Apprentice.
big one.
Yeah,
"You're
yeah.
fired."
Yeah, I have to admit I'd watch that sometimes, not all the
Yeah,
time, but I'd catch it now and then. It was interesting. So,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
so you had reputation and publicity, and he definitely knows how to attract and gain publicity. So, what
Yeah.
else you got?
The next one was strategy, and I didn't have a bunch of deep notes on that,
Mhm.
uh, but his strategy was to, in this specific case, was to play to his base, and he did a really good job at that.
Gotcha. Yep, yep. That makes good
Uh,
sense. Uh huh.
Negotiation, which you know,
Mhm.
we've seen a lot of at to this point, and some of it's gone well and some of it has not gone well, but in order to get where he is, he proved at some point that he had strong negotiation skills.
I
Big
yes, and we covered negotiation a little bit when we were doing a bit on Cialdini's book.
Yeah.
And I'm like already losing the name of the book.
Yeah,
Uh,
influence.
influence, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check out our episodes. I think those are on our site there where we talk about negotiation. Just had to say that. Go ahead. I'm loving this.
Yeah, so, the next one was Persuasion, which,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure we can all agree that he's done a great job with the persuasion game to get himself to where he is. So, that's part
Yep.
of his talent stack.
That's yep.
Public speaking, He's very provocative. He can be very entertaining. We talked a little bit about the Rosie O'Donnell moment
Yeah.
where he was faced with a question about like basically being demeaning to women in a way, and he was like, "No, just basically Rosie O'Donnell," and everyone laughed, and a lot of people resonated with that because I feel like, in like I mentioned the other week, like even growing up, my dad was like, uh, when I was a kid. Uh, was like really hated Rosie O'Donnell. So
Yeah.
I grew up with a negative uh, outlook on her, and I didn't even know why. That's just kind of something I grew up with. So
Yeah, you'd have to talk with all the fan, of her fan club, um,
all the fans.
ask her why. Yeah. Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell doesn't have a lot of fans, maybe a few.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Uh,
good stuff. So he's got persuasion, obviously, yes.
yeah. Public speaking, and then sense of humor. Again, the Rosie O'Donnell moment was entertaining, provocative, and showed that he had a sense of humor, and it showed that he was quick on his feet. Those are three things: public speaking, sense of humor, quick on feet, that were listed.
And
And
that's
yeah,
something, I wish I was better at. I'm getting better in time, and it's probably more because of my sarcastic nature. But, yeah, being quick to be able to come back with a snappy reply, just yeah.
in the
Uh,
moment, like you get hit
mhm.
with something that you didn't expect, like a weird question or kind of a question that, depending on what you say, could paint you in a really bad way. Being quick on your feet is going to save your ass a few times there. And the next one after that was thick skinned. So, someone who can take an insult or take some negative,
Mhm.
words and just kind of let it roll off your back. That's a huge, being able to not be reactive or not take things personally. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of examples there, but I think people generally know what thick skinned means.
Yes, yes. I've been
So,
in politics myself, and I know exactly what what you gotta
yeah.
do.
Yeah, and nothing says that you won more than having thin skin and like not taking criticism well, or
Yeah.
even if the criticism is on point, it's usually not on point because it's usually like an attack on your person, or like who you are. Was Is that the straw man? We've talked about the straw man
Mhm.
fallacy in the past, where people attack the person and not the argument.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
that's a
when
good.
you resort to that, then you know you've already won the argument. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, as soon as someone says, "Well, you're fat," or what, whatever, it's like, I won. I win." And
And it's
now
like, "Oh,
now
yeah? Well,
not engaging.
fuck you."
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing is, as soon as someone does that, not engaging with them is the only way to win yourself. So, they kind of rose the flag of I lost by making fun of, something that had nothing to do with the argument. And then the best thing you can do is just let them sit there and stew in their own filth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We had the next part of the talent stack, and we're getting towards the end.
Mhm.
We had high energy. He comes across confident, and he has leadership skills. So that was one. And then his size and appearance, uh,
Mhm.
for better or worse, he's a big guy. He appears large and
Yeah.
in charge. So,
You
and he
ever
has
see
interesting
him
hair.
shake hands with somebody, especially if he really wants to show him who's in charge? He'll
Yeah.
he'll he'll reach out and he'll grab your hand, and with his other hand, he'll grab your arm and he'll pull you in. He will pull you towards him and shake your hand. I mean,
Hmm.
that's yeah. So it's a
Interesting.
total power move stuff, man. But
Yeah.
it's hey, cool.
Total
Well,
power
that's
move.
really yeah. This is totally good stuff that you've got here. I've trying to think of where some of this would fit in with some of my notes. I think we both kind of got a couple of different things out of this, and the stuff you've got is great. Um, some of the things I had, do you still have more? Because I don't want to stop. You got to
The last one was smart. That was
smart,
it. Yeah,
smart, yeah.
that was the very last note I had on his talent stack.
On the talent stack, okay. Well, I want to make sure that we're directionally going in the right place with things. Here's a note I wrote: a master persuader doesn't walk into a neutral situation and magically win with logic. Instead, they shape the environment so their preferred conclusion feels natural. So, I think that that kind of starts to go into maybe a bit of the persuasion stuff. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if you have any of that in your notes at all, but that
Mm.
was something that kind of fell into my interest. If you don't mind me covering that a little
Let's
bit.
let's hit it. Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
that Cialdini has a book called Persuasion that was like Scott refers to in this book.
Yeah. I don't have a clip from his book, but I have a clip referencing the book. Actually, let me, in fact, play that for us
You
here. The video with
perfect.
the Scott and the flag and everything like that. Oh, did something cut out?
You glitched a tiny bit, but I think we're
Oh,
back.
okay, good, good, good. That seems to happen occasionally. But yeah, so listen to this and think about that video with Scott and the flag, and then we'll talk.
There is also a deeper and scarier level that cognitive scientists have discovered. It turns out that you can influence people's future opinions simply by exposing them to cleverly selected images and ideas that are totally unrelated to the topic of your persuasion. The best book on this topic is Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. One of the examples involves showing subjects images of the American flag before following up with political questions. People who saw the flag image became instantly more amenable to Republican positions. This persuasion, as Cialdini calls it, doesn't work on every person, but it doesn't need to. When you are persuading large groups, such as potential customers or voters, you might need to move only 5% of them to turn loss into victory.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Because what it suggests is that there is a part of persuasion that works outside the argument, and in fact, kind of happens and needs to happen before the argument. Um, so I think that in my notes, I was kind of discovering that if you can kind of help people establish a frame before an argument, before you start to make your pitch or your argument, establishing a frame that helps them kind of see a point of view or a picture or a perspective or something like that can be uh, very powerful before you actually get into, so it's a bit of stage setting, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I'm gonna cough.
definitely.
I'm
And
gonna mute for a second.
oh, no problem. While you cough, Bookish Girl said good night. Have a good night, Bookish Girl. Thank
Oh,
you so much
bookish.
for
Sorry, this is a
being here.
late show. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a late show for folks on the East Coast, especially.
Yeah,
Yep.
I I don't have a ton of notes on that. So if you
Yeah.
want to dive in on that further, I'm happy to kind of bounce back and forth. Because I had some like high ground stuff that refers to some of the taking the high ground, but I don't think that fully relates to that the persuasion you're
Oh,
saying right now.
well, I think that I might have just taken things in a kind of a different little tangent here, but it all
Let's
works
do it.
together. So
Yeah,
I don't feel too
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So no, I didn't have a lot of notes on that, but it's that, so some people might come to the table with a lot of facts, and they think that this is the way to win the argument is because I have lots of facts. Whereas the better idea is to have context, get show more context that can kind of help um,
Yeah.
make a person understand the facts. And then here's another note: that people don't reason their way to conclusions nearly as much as they think. So a lot of this stuff just kind of happens kind of automatically in the back of people's minds. They don't know that they're doing it. And then the first thing that people hear often becomes the lens through which everything else is evaluated. That's probably the biggest one that I thought was the most interesting, is that people hear one thing and then their minds just already lock in. It's that quick. And then if you try to bring something else or change it or do something like that, they're already kind of so if you can do that, if you can give them their frame, and give them their lens early in the conversation, the better off you're going to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a quote from the book here, and maybe this relates to it because you're mentioning facts and how people kind of rationalize. It says people make decisions first and rationalize later. And
Hmm.
in terms of persuasion, facts and policies are useless.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
uh,
much.
so
And I think that Scott would often say that facts don't win arguments. They just don't. So it's all in the persuasion.
yeah,
You could pretty much persuade somebody to buy some ice water from in Alaska. I don't know what.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Um. Well, what else we got? You said you had a couple of other things that I thought sounded cool.
Something that refers to like when I think of this, I always think of I think it's episode 3 of Star Wars, where Obi-Wan is like, "I have the high ground, Anakin." It's like it because there's a taking the high ground, and I think that that was a big takeaway from the book was how to take the high ground,
Hmm.
just like Obi-Wan. Not that the books mentioned Obi-Wan, uh,
Yeah, the high
but
ground
yeah,
and the high ground maneuver. Boy,
yeah.
that could always almost be a show of its own.
Yeah.
I think that we ought to think
Should we s
about that sometime because, yeah, that also probably aligns pretty well with something that Scott would refer to as the linguistic kill shot. So,
Ooh, I like
yeah,
that.
it's kind of like that power phrase or sentence that you say that just pretty much shuts people up, and
Yeah,
and you win. That's it.
yeah. Well, if you wanna save the high ground for a whole show, I'm cool with that because there's
Well, do
enough
you
to
have
talk about.
anything on the high ground that you? Because if you do, we could talk.
One of the
Uh,
quick notes that I have is, in order in one of the ways to or the best way to do or take the high ground is to embrace criticism and use it for your benefit. So, usually that means if someone criticizes you, whether it's fair or not, sometimes the best way to hit that head on instead of being like, well, nuh-uh, well, no way, nuh-uh, you're wrong, is just to say, you know what? That's a fair criticism, and here's
mhm.
what I'm gonna do about it. So someone says, like, well, you don't follow through, and you're like, yeah, in the past, maybe I haven't, but here's what I've done to better myself. And in the future, here's what I'm doing to follow through on the things I'm saying I'm promising today. And in order to, basically get past that moment without looking like a fool, you want to come across as though you're the adult explaining to a child how
Mhm.
things work. And that was a big note for me
I
on the high ground.
remember I remember that, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah, that would be a super skill just by itself, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in my job doing project management, at the by the end of a 2-year project, there's a lot of opinions on how things went.
And then you
And
do your
most of the
lessons
opinions,
learned.
yeah, you do your retrospective, your lessons learned, and you
Yeah,
get a lot of
yeah,
shit from
you
people from a lot of different
learn.
angles. And the only thing that you or I do or can do in that setting is say, yeah, that's fair. We did experience that. And I could even point to examples. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, but here's what we did to get past it or mitigate that issue or blah blah blah. But instead of being like, well, you're wrong and what you're saying is not true, it's like, well, no, I mean, there's clearly examples that I know of because I went through it, and I can, yes, I can own up to that, and I can tell you exactly what we did to get past it and not let that happen again.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
especially when you're at the end of a successful project, that's the only thing you keep in mind is like, we were successful, and anything that anyone says is just like good food for thought. And and it's most likely something I've already worked with my manager or whatever to address and get beyond.
Used to have a
But I think,
saying at my old job. It's like, we succeed despite ourselves.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because nothing. People want to take shots at you if they feel like they have some sort of ammo, and it's like, take your shot, but it's
Bring it
not going to
on.
hit.
Yeah,
It's not
bring it
going to hit
on.
anything vital.
Yeah. I would say in your profession, it's almost like a politician. You do have to be willing to take a lot of shit. Um,
Yeah.
Project managers, you've heard me speak about this before. I've done, but the thing that I always notice is that it's all of the responsibility and all of the accountability, but none of the authority. So, it's
Spot
hard to
on.
win.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you have to, not to keep talking about, not to make this about me, but yeah, I think a lot of it is being able to take the high ground and uh, embrace, like it says, like Scott said, embrace criticism, use it for your benefit. And that is a skill that is not a lot of people take to heart. I think a lot of people get offended when they get criticized, and they are quick to say, you're wrong, or I'm not listening to you, or you don't matter. And they basically demean the person that's giving the criticism. But if you put yourself in their shoes, they're, you know, they may have a point, and whether you agree with it or not, they've they've made it known, and you have to deal with it and get beyond it. And taking the high ground, and that's why this part of the book kind of hit close to home,
Hmm.
because I have to do that a lot.
Same.
And otherwise I go home and lose sleep, and it's like, well, I'm not going to take it personally because I like to sleep. So uh,
Yeah. This
I'm gonna
works
own
in
it.
my
I'm gonna get,
favor, actually, guys.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so I'm loving this conversation here, and then I'm also noticing too that we get through shows so fast. So we haven't played the Persuader game yet. Do we want to tonight?
We should do that tonight. Yeah, for sure.
Mm,
That'd be fun.
I think we should. So we could maybe stick a stake in the ground, maybe even pull another episode out of our butts for this section. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
covered it pretty well. So I think that you and I will wind up talking and deciding what we're going to do, whether we're going to move on to the next part or do another episode for this. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch the mode over here to this here and switch into the game.
Yes. All right.
All right, good times.
Yes,
I
very
see
good
you
times.
found the rounds. These were AI generated, so we'll see
All right.
how we do.
Yeah, so that, because neither of us know the answers here, so that's where that AI part helps. Because otherwise, you would have had to put everything in, and you would know the answers, and it would make
Yeah,
this part not conversational between us. So
it'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, but we wouldn't mind having, especially for those that might be in the chat right now that might be interested in helping us out. We could use some help because we have the game control. It's its own thing that we do during part of the show, as you've seen. So, and that's separate from running the podcast itself. So, we wouldn't mind having a controller, somebody that wants to run the game for us whenever we do that. So, all right. So it looks like we've got our first question on the screen, and we're playing for $10, huh?
Yeah, we're playing up to $10, right?
Up
Or
to
is this
$10.
the
Yeah, this
first
is
one is $10, or the whole thing? I think
yeah, this is the
each
dollar
question is a
round.
dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
better not
This is the
screw up.
cheap route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's.
So
Are you gonna read them off?
yeah, yeah, I'll read
Okay.
them off and then I'll
Okay.
click through them, and then we can talk about what we think is the right answer.
Let's do it.
All right. So why does Adams treat repetition as a feature, not a bug? Okay, we have repetition replaces the need for any content. Repetition only works on parrots. Repetition makes a claim mathematically true. And D, humans need multiple exposures before a message sticks.
Well, I used to have a parrot. Um, and
Yeah.
it was weird because the kind of bird that I had is a blue front Amazon. They were supposed to have up to a 300 word vocabulary. I think this bird
Whoa.
had 10. Yeah, this
Oh
bird had
no.
10. So repetition, I because I would try to train it. Like I once put the Andy Griffith song on because I wanted to learn how to whistle and do the Andy Griffith song. Um,
Nice.
and I put that on for like 8 hours. I think I went to work and came home, and I came back, and that bird was just like, bird was sick and tired, but it never learned to do it either. It's a freaking bird.
I- Parrots live till be like 80 plus years old.
They
They're like
do.
they live forever. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, anyway, it's not B and it's not A. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna. Well, let's see. What do you think?
I think it's D
Yeah,
because uh as far as a feature goes, people need to be exposed before need multiple exposures to a message before it sticks.
yeah, I'd agree with that. Let's lock it in and
Let's lock it in. Oh, that was record time. This game
yeah,
is
see you.
moving. This is smooth.
I think you are gonna like it.
All right, moving on to question number 2. A strong campaign slogan in Adams' model should be written only in academic jargon, portable, emotional, and easy to repeat, long enough to include every policy detail, or different every day so voters stay confused. So you don't want to. A slogan can't include and see every policy detail. That's crazy.
That's out.
Academic jargon, not
No
good. Confusing voters
sense at
might be
all.
a tactic, but I think B is a good one.
Yeah, but B sounds like a very good choice to me too. So
All right, let's
Auckland,
see.
baby.
Oh, and
Yeah.
before I go, I'm gonna turn censor mode off just in case we get something wrong here. So,
Because you want the uncensored mode? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah, I want to be, I want to be heavily criticized if we fail.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
All
here we
right.
go. Question number 3. Make America Great Again worked persuasively partly because it contained no emotional content whatsoever. It was impossible to say out loud. It listed every tariff line by line, or it left room for voters to supply their own meaning while feeling uplifted.
That feels pretty strong right there without much need for discussion.
Yeah, you're feeling D, or did you, or am I off here?
Yeah, yeah. You got it, buddy.
Let's do it. Woo! All right.
And we win. What do we
All
have?
right.
Do we know? Did we already Yay. So we've got $3. We've got
Got
$3.
$3. We're on
Ain't
to $4
nothing.
bucks.
Should we take the $3 and go? Should we
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
$3 and go? Isn't that
Let's
the
get
name of
out
the
of here.
thing? We got our $3, man.
We can split a piece of bubble gum or something.
Right.
Okay.
All
Am I
right.
lagging? Am I doing okay?
You're doing great.
Okay. Okay. So question number 4. Why can audiences complain about repetition while still being moved by it? A, only dishonest people ever notice repetition. B, complaining means persuasion failed 100% of the time. C, repetition works only if nobody hears it. And D, conscious annoyance and unconscious absorption can coexist.
That
Well,
complicated answer by itself makes it sound like the right answer, though, doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
Yeah. I mean,
It-
without much thought, I think D is probably it.
yeah, I think that goes with like advertisements and all that kind of stuff is that you can absorb. Yeah. Anyway, let's reveal the outcome here.
Yeah. All right. We win.
Woohoo!
Conscious annoyance and unconscious absorption can coexist.
Yeah.
Just
And
reading that
I
back out loud for anybody that's listening to the audio podcast later.
true. Yeah. I should read the answer
Well, actually,
again.
you did. I just like reading which
You're practicing repetition.
was the winning answer. Go ahead. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Pete and repeat are sitting on a wall.
like Humpty Dumpty. Okay. Which is repetition doing persuasive work? One policy paragraph read once in a basement briefing. B, a statistic buried on page 90 of a PDF. C, the same contrast frame said in rallies, interviews, and tweets for weeks. Or D, a candidate refusing to name their message twice. Which is repetition doing persuasive work?
The answer on that one stands right out, but I'll let you take a stab at it just in case.
Are you going with C?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, you're going with C, and that would be the same contrast frame said in rallies, interviews, and tweets for weeks. That's repetition doing
Nail it in. Nail it in. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Woohoo! It turned green.
Right answer. Yeah. Too
Let's look at
easy, AI. The AI
Nice,
that
yeah.
created this. Yeah.
They're
But,
making
you
us
know,
look good. They're making us
That's
look really
quite all right, though. I don't mind.
Don't mind at all. Okay, question number 6. Trap, repeating a lie makes it true. Adams's nuance.
Repeating a lie makes it true. So repetition increases familiarity and salience. It does not. I'm reading the answers for you. It does not magically make false claims true. B, repetition literally rewrites physics. C, only truth can be repeated. And D, repetition never affects anyone.
I'm
So
feeling.
it's a trap, is what it says.
Yeah, repeating a lie makes
Be
it
careful.
true. A says that it increases familiarity and salience, but doesn't make it true.
That seems to me the right answer.
That to me as well, because I think it's true.
Okay. Well, let's find out.
Let's find out. Reveal outcome. Woohoo!
Yay, we win.
We win. Okay. Scenario. Opponent mocks for your slogan. You keep saying it anyway. Adams might say, you have automatically lost forever. B, mockery always kills repetition instantly. C, you should switch slogans hourly to stay fresh. Or D, you are reinforcing the frame while they advertise it for free.
So the temptation for some people might be to do things like C, like switch your campaigns up or whatever like that. But I think D is probably the right choice.
I would say I agree because you're reinforcing and they're keep mentioning it. So
Yeah, if they're mocking you, then they're actually giving you publicity, so that's free. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's see. Are we correct? Yes.
Awesome.
Let's show the ladder. Where are we? It's going to go up to We've completed 7 questions.
Yeah.
There are 3 left. We're going to have to use our crowd one soon.
Guys, I'm glad we got $7 though, man. I could do a lot with $7.
We can split 8 better, so let's at least get to 8 here.
All right.
Okay. Why beat a detailed platform with one repeated line? A, salience and memory favor the line in everyday conversation. B, platforms are persuasive but invisible. C, voters legally banned from reading. Or D, detailed platforms cannot contain true facts. Whoa, okay. Why beat a detailed platform with one repeated line? Should we ask the audience on this one?
Why not? We got some lifelines. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm going to put up on the screen. We're going to do a 90-second, a minute and a half countdown. So vote.persuasion.club. Go there. Vote.persuasion.club and let us know what you think the answer is. I'm going to start the countdown. Vote.persuasion.club. And it's going to show the countdown on the screen.
I'm gonna play
I heard some music.
Yeah, I'm going to play this one here.
We got 80 seconds left. A, salience and memory favor the line in everyday conversation. B, platforms are persuasive but invisible. C, voters legally banned from reading. D, detailed platforms cannot contain true facts. What's it going to be?
We got folks that are putting their answers in the chat, but I don't know if that can be used officially, can it?
Well, if no one voted, it's going to tell us 0% on screen. Mm-hmm. But we could look in chat. Oh my gosh, I see every option in chat. Oh, I don't see a timestamp.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that's right. The timestamp isn't there, so we don't know which one. It's funny.
Oh yeah, timestamp would help a lot in Rumble chat.
That's hilarious.
But the last one that I see is D from SJV.
It makes me wonder if there's any problems with the website, because I did do some work on that this weekend. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, I haven't visited the vote. We got 0 votes, so there might have been something wrong with the website.
It's possible. If that's the case, I apologize to folks, but I thought, we would probably hear about it in the chat. Well, we could use our 50-50.
Let's do that. Let's take away 2 of the 4 answers. It took away B and D. It leaves us with A, salience and memory favor the line in everyday conversation, and C, voters legally banned from reading. I don't think it's that one.
Yeah, I think we got our answer there, so let's lock that baby in.
Let's lock in A.
Salience and memory, right? Is that what the answer was?
I made it go away. Yeah.
You made it go away. That's all right. We're good.
Okay, we have 2 questions left.
2 questions left. We've got $8 and we're going for 9.
Here we go. Question number 9. Repetition pairs best with which other stack tool? A, silence. B, a clear frame or visual anchor that stays the same each time. C, random unrelated statistics. Or D, a completely new message every hour. Whoa.
That's one's pretty easy to me. But let's see what you have in mind there.
So repetition would definitely benefit the best, not from silence, but from a clear frame or visual anchor that stays the same each time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Answer B. Let's lock it in.
All right, man. Not too bad for a couple of couple of IT workers by day.
A couple Joe Schmoes. Yeah. Last question, the finale. Adam's repetition lesson for 2016 is, ooh, okay. We're going back in time, 10 years.
Oh,
Okay. A, never say anything twice under any circumstance.
that can't be it.
That can't be it. B, own one memorable message and install it through relentless reuse. That sounds good. C, win by making every speech a unique dissertation. And D, assume voters memorize your PDF on the first read.
Yeah. I think we're going to win this round, Steven. I think we're going to get all $10 because I'm feeling pretty good.
Do you feel like B was the best one?
I do. Yep.
I do too. B is own one memorable message and install it through relentless reuse. Let's reveal the outcome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey,
We
look
win
at
the
that.
$10. Yeah, I'll hand it $10 through the screen to you, and you. Yeah, I forgot I was changed my view here. So,
That is
well,
awesome.
damn,
That's
that's been a pretty good show. Yeah, we're pretty much at the end of our hour, just a little over, not too bad. And I guess that we could go ahead and call it a good. Well, it was a great show, as a matter of fact. I enjoyed having the participants in the chat, and
yeah.
that just makes everything more fun, makes what we do worth the while. So,
Yeah. Thank you,
yeah, any
Chuck, and
parting
thank you,
words?
SJV.
Yeah, any parting words, Stephen, that you have for folks before you become a dad later tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm speaking
That's
that
the hope,
into
right?
existence. Yeah, Father's
Yeah.
Day. Come on,
Yeah.
there's still a few hours left.
You know, I think one of the things that I've been learning recently is that no matter what you do in life, that maybe you mess up here and there, maybe you have some regrets, maybe you didn't do something perfect and that weighs really heavy on your mind. It was something that Jeff said last week too in his book, Confidence Maxing, where it's, everyone learns in their own time, and just because you haven't learned something yet, uh, or you're learning it later than someone else. Maybe someone learns something at 15 and you're learning it at 40. Uh, you learn it in your own time, and you have to just do your best with what you learn when you learn it. And for dads, I think that's something that I'm going to take to heart a lot, because I have a lot to learn becoming a dad, and I'm not going to be perfect. And I need to just understand that when I start learning something, repetition, like we just talked about with Scott, and reps. Jeff mentioned reps a lot,
Oh yeah,
and
very good.
you have to just you just have to keep trying and just keep putting in the reps. And that's the only way to get better at something, is to keep trying and keep doing it. So that's something I'm taking to heart. Becoming a dad. It's Father's Day, so hope that speaks to somebody.
Yeah, that is great stuff. All right. Well, this is being almost the perfect episode. We'll go ahead and say goodnight. We'll have an after show for about 15-20 minutes after we're done here. So please join us then. If not, we'll catch you next week for episode 24 on Persuasion Club. Good night, everybody.
Good night. See ya. Thank you, SJV. Enjoy your nap time.
Good night. That nap sounds great. I was supposed to get one of those today and I didn't.
On Father's Day, you didn't get your nap?
Nap. All right, that's a wrap. Show's over, folks.
Great episode.
Yeah, great episode.
Man, I feel like we could have just kept going for another hour probably on that part 3. So crazy.
Goes the banner there. Yeah, I know. It just the time flies every time. It's a phenomenon that Steve and I have mentioned before, where we sometimes it's like we just start talking, and next thing you know, a couple hours have slipped by. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you know, I'm totally all for if we have, if we do a part 3 of part 3. I
Yeah.
think that's in my head I'm thinking that's okay because I know we have a lot of content in the future to go through, a lot of books that would be great to go through.
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, that is a tiny bit loud, but it sounds really good.
I'm doing. Keep talking.
No, I just think that, I mean, there's no rush. I mean, we want to get eventually be on episode 1000. So, if Win Bigly takes us 25 weeks to get through,
It helps us out, right? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I would say that if we were going by the rules of Persuasion Club and maybe applying, I'm trying to remember which one it is. So it refers to battles going on as long as they have to, right?
Yeah.
So if Win Bigly chapter or part 3 takes us more, then it takes more,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to complain.
I didn't comment earlier after the Scott Adams Internet Dad video. So did you? It seemed like that was inspired by quite a few clips and different things that he did. Was there anything that you wanted to say or about that, or how that came to be, how you created it?
Sure. I actually can tell you about it. So I was going to do a video right after he passed, and I was going to put it out there closer to his memorial, and I just couldn't get the video done in time, and so I kind of abandoned that idea. And then for this one, I was just fooling around. This is always how these things start, actually, is that I was, that song, what is his name? Leon Green, but he does the song, "It's Proud to Be an American."
Yeah, okay.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking about that song and what a parody would be like that if it would be, to be about persuasion. And then it dawned on me that it's oh, yeah, it's Father's Day, and Scott's and we don't have anything prepared, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe I could do a song. And so I wound up doing the song and then the flag video, and then remembering that I had downloaded all these clips for the other video, and so I wound up weaving those in. So it was kind of a combination. Yeah.
Cool. I just looked up "God Bless the USA" as Lee Greenwood. Is
Lee
that right?
Greenwood. Yes, I had it wrong. Yeah, that's close.
You were very close.
Yeah,
because you mentioned Leon something, and I'm like, wait, I know there is a Leon something that I listened to recently that was really good, but he was country music.
Oh, okay,
kind of thing. But
this guy's been around for a long time, and Trump has him sing at all of his events practically. It's he shows up and sings that song. He loves that song so much. But
yeah,
it's interesting because some of the stuff we were talking about tonight, you can kind of think about how the campaigns worked and the campaign events, and imagine how they know when they're putting on these big campaign events and stuff like that, how to decorate, make everything feel very patriotic, so that when you come, you're already that's that persuasion that we were talking about, Yeah. Because it's yeah. So,
yeah, no, that's good. I feel like this year is the America's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
And it's a good year for patriotism and, God bless America.
That it is.
Proud to be an American,
Yeah.
There's a lot of that this year. So it's a good year.
I actually thought it was kind of funny because this video or this song that I made, talks, God bless the persuasion, God bless the simultaneous sip or whatever, and it's something that Scott never would have said himself, but
Did you in that song? Did it basically sing out the entire?
Kind of. Oh. I don't know. It's pretty funny. As you can see, we had a little latency there. Go ahead.
I think we glitched. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Should be catching back up.
There we go. I think we're good. You were saying? I totally interrupted you. We were glitching out.
Yeah, I know we were, but I don't remember what I was saying, so we'll have to start over.
Yeah. Oh, damn. What? And I'm trying to think of what I was saying too. Yeah. Any stupid glitches.
Yeah, damn glitches take us off track, man.
Sure. Couple studio.
Oh, I never got a chance to use my cool graphic. I guess I could now. Let's do that. Where is my cool graphic?
Yeah. It's a good time to bring that up.
Yeah. I've got it set up so that it's not an episode specific graphic. It's now like part of the control for the show, no matter what episode we're doing. So every time we have a Rumble problem, we'll just pull that up.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently funny about having a stroke, but this is comedy. And something I've been learning about comedy, I kind of knew it for a long time, but nothing is off limits when it comes to comedy. I feel like you should be able to make fun of everything, and everyone should be able to laugh at whatever it is.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anything that's like so offensive that people just can't get past it or like look past it or laugh,
Right.
I watch a lot of comedy stand-up specials on Netflix or YouTube, anything like that. And, a lot of jokes have made fun of things that I would say are personal to me, and I don't get offended. But you have to be careful because not everybody understands comedy.
Yeah, if your panties get in a twist over a joke, man, they're just jokes, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't take the jokes, find a different comedian,
Yeah, or don't go on the internet, or don't watch TV, or don't use the internet. Just stay home, turn off all your screens, and just write in your journal. Because, everyone else is having a good time. It just takes one person to completely ruin the vibe. And if you can't handle jokes about stuff that you find personal to yourself, the best thing to do is just to not listen, to not get involved, because everyone else is having a good time. They understand that like comedy is something you should be able to laugh at. But there's a lot of people that just take everything so seriously into heart, and they get offended really easily, and kind of kills the vibe. So now if someone's breaking the law or encouraging like physical harm on someone, of course that's not funny. Those are not good things. But that gets away from comedy. As soon as someone threatens someone or does something like that, that's no longer comedy, no matter what anyone says. So but if it's just words and there's no harm being encouraged or done, that's comedy. So
yeah,
that's my outtake. That's my look on it. So
yeah. Well, but they say that things are only funny because they're true. So if you find yourself laughing at something, it's because you found some truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your truth, it doesn't even have to be true across the board, like internationally true or whatever. It can be something that you've thought, that's run through your head. Has that kind of thought ever run through your head? Usually comedy appeals to the way people have thought of something or that they've experienced something. And, and even if I growing up as in a Christian house, I would get offended when people would make fun of Christianity. And now that I'm not really involved in that stuff, I find jokes about that stuff funny because I'm like, yeah, I totally agree with that or whatever. So
what I actually liked within Christianity is that there were actually a few decent Christian comedians out there. I don't know if you had ever listened to like Mike Warnke or
no, I've never heard of him.
Remember. Oh my goodness, he had all the Christianese down, the lingo, the speak, and everything like that. Yeah, he's pretty funny. So
nice. You have to send me his name. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, good stuff. But
I really liked a lot of comedians that were really clean. Like there's a guy named Brian Regan. I think he cusses every once in a while, but he's generally pretty family friendly and really funny, so but then there's straight up offensive comedians that their whole goal is to offend people. And then
outrageous.
Everyone will laugh who's not offended.
Shock.
So, shock value.
Yep.
That can get old, but it's out there,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Anyway.
Some of the comedy that I used to listen to, I've shared some of that with you. I sent you some Sam Kinison ones, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And some of that
very
stuff
unfiltered.
is pretty. It's I think I've told you about this before. He used to make fun of gay people a lot back in the 80s. I think that Sam's comedy would have evolved. I think eventually that he would have dropped that bit completely, and but it's kind of funny because then you go back and you listen to that stuff, but it's still kind of funny, and you're just laughing and I'm not supposed to laugh at that,
Yeah, I think people have. I think our what do you call it? Not economy. Our society has kind of grown to be okay, we need to be more thoughtful about making fun of people's very personal things to people. But I still hear comedians go off on a lot of things that we would not find politically correct in today's age. So I think that political correctness is something that people find joy in breaking when it comes to comedy. They'll make fun of everything. And again, nothing is really off limits when it comes to comedy. And if you don't, if you get offended easily, then maybe, comedy is not a good genre of content to be consuming if you get offended. Because not only are there a lot of gay jokes out there, there's a lot of straight jokes, and there's a lot of jokes about everything sexual across the board has been made fun of for a very long time now. And at this point, it's best to just not listen to it if it's offensive,
Right.
And if it offends other people, it's best to just not repeat it. But it doesn't mean that there's not people out there enjoying it and consuming it still. They just might be quiet about it because they don't want to get fired from their job, or have people that attack them personally, because people get offended and then they will take that to the next level where they're like, you said a word, I'm going to blow up your house. And you're like, whoa,
the fuck, man. Yeah.
I said words and you're going to kill me. That is something that is not good. And that happens.
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's scary. So there's times where it's best to just kind of if you enjoy something that might offend others, again, it might be best just to not bring it up because, even though we're kind of doing it and I keep repeating it, but, the goal is never to actually make someone feel bad or offend them. It's just like when people are trying to be funny, they're appealing to people who might be like-minded or think the same. And, if that offends you, it's best to not listen or not partake. And if it offends other people, it's best not repeat it. Let the comedian be the one that takes the criticism and the fallout. So,
yeah.
I think it'd be fun to do stand-up comedy someday, but I don't think it'd be fun to suffer any sort of backlash for any jokes. Oh, did you glitch?
Yeah, it's all right. It keeps happening. And then when it does finally catch up, it goes... And then I don't know if that does that same thing for you.
It kind of does, yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, what did we just say there?
Oh, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. It's that part where I commit you to all kinds of stuff that you're going to have to do. It's like,
yeah. And I'm like, oh, sure. Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Okay, Kevin.
Did you ever see the movie Ocean's 11?
Yeah. Great movie, I thought.
There's a scene where Brad Pitt's character, he's like in the bar and the music's really loud, and the bartender's trying to make conversation with him like that, and so he asks Brad Pitt something like, he's like, "Are you having a good time?" And he's like, "Yeah, having the time of my life." And the guy, he didn't hear it at all, and he's like, "Huh?" And he's like, "I'm running away with your wife." And the guy goes, and he didn't hear it at all, even the second time. One of my favorite movies, Ocean's 11. I would say that has at least 100 times, but maybe even closer to, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while. I know that they've come out with like a prequel and a couple of sequels.
Yeah.
Is there like Ocean's 14 or 15 now?
As far as I know, there's only Ocean's 12 and 13, the two sequels. Is that
okay? Was there Ocean's 10? I thought for some reason they did a prequel.
You're right, but it was with a group of women. I think it was like a total like different thing. Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay. The same. Yeah.
For some reason, Ocean's 11 and The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg, those two in my head. Sometimes I get the scenes flip flopped. So.
Yeah. I do that for a lot of things too, where I just like accidentally flip them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. When you were saying that, for some reason, I was like, you're talking about Brad Pitt, and in my head, I saw Mark Wahlberg. I'm like, wait, I'm thinking the wrong movie here.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, Marky Mark. But yeah. Anyway, hey, we're coming up on 7:30. I'm gonna have to get out of here.
I was just gonna let you off so that you wouldn't have to find an excuse.
No, but before we leave or anything, I just want to. I'll text if anything happens. I will let you know.
All right.
And I meant this last week to ask for the lady, the cafeteria, the cafe lady. I don't know her name.
You know what?
So did you figure it out?
I tried to get it from Chris Whaley, the guy that on the other side of me, my Cubate, or anyway, and he says, I was trying to remember the other day too, and I couldn't remember.
I just need to. I just meant to walk, just to tell her straight up, because she keeps saying she keeps addressing me by name, and she is very interested in when the baby's coming.
Yeah.
And I just need to be like, hey, I've never formally asked for your name. Like, what is your name? And I don't think she'd be offended, but I need to figure that out. But she's telling me that she's gonna be asking you for pictures and information about the baby. So I will make sure to text you.
Yeah. I feel so terrible because I should know, and it's one of my terrible things where I'm trying to get better at is remembering names and stuff. I used to do a trick and then I kind of stopped doing it where, have you ever done, and I'll let you go after this, but you ever do word association in your mind?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like if you find something that you can associate with that person so that every time you see them, it just automatically that, that click thing in your mind. But anyway, we'll talk about that if you're still in the office on Tuesday. Right?
Okay.
I'm really hoping I don't see you this week, Stephen. I'm really getting tired of seeing you.
I agree. I'm getting tired of going into work. I'll be honest. No, and
I'm tired of going to work.
Everybody's been so kind, and they're like, "We better hear good news next week." And I'm like, "Well, if I come back, I'm gonna feel awkward because I want the good news too." So we'll see. Hopefully, something happens in the next 5 hours. So that
I'm
way,
expecting to hear from you. Yeah. So, well, blessings to you and your wife, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for those that are still hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and end the show here. One last special song for you as we end the night. So great. Good night.
Happy Father's Day. Good night.
If it plays. Come on. There we go. Good night.